Welcome, my friends of the interwebs. This is going to be a quick video. I think I'm going to call it the SKS versus the AK-47. The purpose of this video is to answer a couple of questions that I got from some subs of mine, and this is kind of a reoccurring theme when it comes to the AK-47. Usually what I get is a question saying, hey, I can afford an SKS, is it as good as the AK? And in a lot of ways it is. So, but let me give you my 2 cents. Now, you know, opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. So, but this is my opinion. Anyway, this is what I feel. This is the way I feel about it. The SKS is a fine weapon. It's a little bit more accurate than the AK because it's got a longer barrel. And a longer barrel will always translate into better accuracy. It shoots the 7.62 by 39 round, just like the just like the AK does. However, having said that, I always tell people, if you can afford an AK, get the AK. And the reason why is this. For me, this is my reason. You may not have the same reason, but the magazine setup on the SKS is horrible. It was never really designed to have a detachable mag. The AK was. You know, now there are some variants of the SKS that have detachable magazines, but the setup's horrible. They're really not very easy to get on and off, the magazines I'm talking about. Whereas the AK, you can pretty quickly swap out mags with no problems whatsoever. That and that alone is the reason that I will always fall on the side of the AK-47. Now, having said that, if you cannot afford the AK, but you can afford the SKS is a fine rifle. It'll serve you well. Bottom line, it's a decent shooter. You'll like it, you'll enjoy it, and when it comes right down to it, you know, any rifle's better than no rifle. It's just the way it is. Now, this particular SKS has a bayonet. I used to have an AK-47 that had a bayonet, and I'm sure I sold it years ago, but they're kind of cool. And I guess as a last resort, you're out of ammo and you're being besieged by hordes of Canadians, you know, fix bayonet and charge. The bayonet's kind of got a cool factor to it. You know, I don't want to get too much into that. It's cool, but you're never going to use it. So, having said all that, to answer your questions, yes, if you can afford an AK, get an AK. Even if you have to save up for a little while to get the AK, get the AK. I think in the long run you'll be happier with it. But if financial situations do not allow the AK, by all means get the SKS. So I'm going to keep this short, sweet. This isn't like a review of either one of these guns, but I'll give you some close-ups though. If you've seen the other videos that I have of this particular AK-47, this one was assembled in the United States, and they've really done a fine job. Now this SKS is a Chinese SKS, and you know, it's a decent gun and it shoots well, you know, no complaints. So anyway, not to make this any longer than it needs to be, I hope everybody takes care. If anybody's got any comments on one way or the other, the SKS versus the AK, feel free to put them in the comment section. Everybody have a good one.